honestly, I feel like I could be a nurse. So this last part is a tips portion. And really, you'll learn some things from staff, faculty, students, people in the nursing program have anything to do with the nursing program. So pay attention to what they have. There's a lot of great tips. You got anything else? I didn't think so. Tips.
Being a nurse is one of the most exciting things that anybody can do. I mean, if you like helping people, working with people, this is it. You know, it's best to become a nurse. You know, if you want to do it, it's not a girl thing, guys. You know, I'm talking for the guys now. Just, you know, become a nurse. You know, you can make a big difference.
Make sure you really want to be a nurse. Make sure this is right for you. You don't want to get to your first clinical semester and find out that you are going to pass out.
Make sure not to delay on your math and science courses.
Okay, the number one tip, if I had to give you one, of what you need to do if you're coming into the nursing program, buy a huge calendar, lots of Post-it notes, and color code your life. Red is for homework. Yellow is for papers. Green is for things you have to take your kids to. You got to keep everything color-coded and live your life by the color code. That is what will get you through the 2 years of nursing. See you then.
Rule of thumb is for every 1 hour you're in class, you need to spend at least 3 hours outside of class. And for some of the classes, they're tough. You may have to up that a little bit more too. That's uninterrupted, non-conflicted time for that specific course.
Okay, whenever you get your list of everything that you need to do on your syllabus at the very beginning of the semester, you want to make sure that you go task by task and don't get overwhelmed by looking at the whole picture because you'll probably go crazy.
Throughout the video, you've heard a lot of people say how competitive the program is. You probably get tired of hearing that message, but seriously, the program is competitive. Take your academics seriously. Do the work you're supposed to do. All A's and B's, and you'll eventually be a nurse.
In nursing school, there are so many deadlines, so I find it really helpful to make a to-do list with check boxes next to them. So when I finish off the item, I can check it off, and I feel so much better about it.
Go to nursing school before you have children.
My tip would be to not be too proud and break down and buy a book bag on wheels, because you're going to need it.
What I've noticed personally, people that do well in class, say they record their lectures and they go home and they listen to the lecture over again, they retake notes, they kind of fill in the blanks, and they can kind of pause it if there's a lot the teacher's saying. In addition to the PowerPoint, you kind of fill in those blanks and make sure that they've gotten everything.
Yeah, I've noticed a huge difference since I started recording my lectures. It's just been absolutely immense. And also you touched on the practice questions. The more practice questions you can get a hold of, the better off you're going to be, because you're not only learning the material, you're learning how the questions are asked. You're learning what the NCLEX style questions are, and learning how to answer those and prepare for those, and break apart what they're looking for from the important parts and the fluff of the question. It's going to be probably your most successful single tip.
As far as entering the nursing program, I would say that one thing you need to keep in mind is the program is a priority if you want to graduate. I believe strongly that you need to have a good support system before you decide to take this on.
All right, I would say that the two things that have gotten me through so far in nursing have been my calendar and my study group.
As a student with a disability, I encourage you to work with one of our student development specialists and disability support services, as well as the dean of the nursing department, so you can work out any accommodation needs that you may have.
And make sure you plan ahead. Make sure you know exactly which pre-nursing courses you're going to take each semester so they can get into the program in a timely manner.
Okay, my top tip is to really encourage you to work hard, do the best you can, but not overstress. Stressing too much does not do anybody any good, so I encourage you to just be confident in your skills and your knowledge.
High five.
Okay, getting into Harford Community College nursing program is, it's going to be difficult, as you've heard. Everyone tells you, but first thing that you need to make sure you do is check out the classes and the instructors that you're going to choose for your classes, for your prereqs. For instance, oh, that's a really easy class, take that one. You might not want to take that one because you want to learn the material. You don't just want to get a grade.
My nursing tip for students would be to review their growth and development, and they do take a class on human growth and development. So that, I would say, before you come to my class, make sure you know your growth and development.
Just wanted to let you guys know, do not give up. If you think you don't have enough points or you might need another class to make up the points, don't give up, because your perseverance will come through and you'll get in. You just have to keep trying.
Once you're in the program, make sure you make lots of friends. Make study groups and study. Make time for study and don't feel bad about having to leave your family. The nursing students become your family, and your at-home family is your at-home family.
My suggestion for pre-nursing students is communicate, communicate, communicate. Be sure to see an academic advisor. Any questions, don't hesitate to look for help.
And remember, try to do your FAFSA by March 1st.
Read the entire application before you start filling it out, and certainly before you turn it into registration and records. That $15 is non-refundable.
So this is my chance to give students a tip. And I'm only supposed to give one tip, but it's going to be a big one. It's going to go on for a minute. I really think before students decide to come to the nursing program, they need to work very hard. We've already talked about that. It's rigorous to get into the program. But once they need to be sure this is a right fit for them. And then once they get in, they need to make sure they've got all their support people lined up. It's going to be a program that's very different from anything they've done in school. They're well prepared, they've worked hard to get in, but it's just going to be different. You've had a chance to see the labs, to talk about some of the learning that occurs here, but learning also occurs in a clinical setting. So nursing students are going to go out in a clinical setting maybe 2 days a week, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., 3 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. That's a long time to be away from home. You might have to show up at that clinical setting at 6:30 in the morning. It may be in another county. It might be in downtown Baltimore. So students need to start to think about that and get all their support systems together, because as hard as students have worked to get in, the work is not over. And being prepared for that and having a plan for that will ultimately help them in their success. There's my tip.